our subject is handling objections and closing calls. I mean, closing calls means closing sales in the direct sales. We all are in direct sales, right? That means we go to a customer, we meet the customer, we meet the prospect. I'll not use the word customer now. I'll use the word prospect. Prospect means, where we are going to sell, who is going to possibly buy product from us. जो हमसे प्रोडक्ट खरीदेंगे उसको हम प्रोस्पेक्ट कहेंगे, ठीक है? So there, while you are going, you face a lot of objection, like a lot of conflicts, or the prospect raises up different questions in front of you, which sometimes become difficult in handling. But you are all smart salespeople, so you handle it and you are selling. So as you are achieving your target and you are selling, so already you are doing this. This is nothing new. You have your own style, own way, definitely. All of us in sales have our own ways of doing the sales, right? So you are following your own process, but what I'm showing you here, it's a grammatical process. It's a very grammar of sales, so that everything has its own grammar. Like sales has also its own grammar. That's what last 2 sessions I told. So it's a process. So that's what we are trying to follow. Okay, so let us have a look. Now, if you remember that, you have already attended my first presentation, which is on 8th July 2023. That is almost 2 months back. It was on power of sales process, where we discussed effective selling and various sales stages in sales funnel, right? There we have discussed that sales is not a magic. As I was telling just now, कोई magic नहीं है और luck नहीं है. Luck of course plays a big role, but it's not a magic or just a luck. Rather, it is a process-driven system where sales funnel has to be followed strictly. जिसमें हमें sales funnel follow करना पड़ता है. And we have explained you the various stages of sales funnel. सारे sales funnel का सारे stage जो है, जो already आपकी MIS पे है, already we have discussed, like investigation, need analysis, alignment. Alignment means promotion, right? Alignment means promotion, how you promote your product and align your customer towards your thought. Then giving proposal, that means submitting quotation. Then next stage comes very important, negotiation. I'm not using the word bargaining, it's a negotiation. Bargaining is not a good way of doing it. Negotiation, and then either you own the deal or you lose the deal, right? And then you remember, after my presentation on 8th July, Saji sir has taken one presentation that is on negotiation. And he mentioned about objection handling during that presentation. And he said, objection handling is an integral part of sales process. Yes, that is true. So once you propose a product to your customer raise different objection, or always he doesn't buy the product, he says a lot of questions to you. So that is called objections. And you are smartly handling it and going forward for sale, right? So objection handling is a very important part of a negotiation process. That is what we are going to discuss today. Then you remember on 12th August, I have taken you more slides, 3 topics. Actually, where we discussed 3 important qualities of a salesman to become successful. I said, if you remember, I said the story of the elephant. A 6 man and the 6 blind men and the elephant. I told you a story. I said that enthusiasm, sincerity, and perseverance are the 3 very important quality which you must have to become successful in sales. Then we discussed many basics to be followed in sales process. And we said that what are the 5 reasons a salesman failed. If you remember, the first reason was I know everything feeling. मुझे सब पता है, ये वाला feeling sales में बहुत गलत है. वो चीज आपको अच्छा सेल्समैन बनने से रुकते हैं ultimately, right? So we discussed a lot of points like that. So today my job is to discuss you the important part of negotiation process, that is how to handle objections, so that you can sell the products based on its right value, not on the price. Please mind my word, so that you can sell the products based on its right value. That means Alan Solika, if you go in a shop and you go to purchase Alan Soli shirt, you have a mindset that it will be more than 1,000 rupees, even in discount, or 1,500 rupees. Nothing less than that. So That is the mindset. While you go to an Alan Solly shop, you think of it, or Van Heusen shop, you think of it and you go for it, right? So you are giving a right value. If you get there 1,200 or 1,500, you feel I got a good bargain, I got a good price, I negotiated well, or I got a good deal. That's all. But whereas if you enter in pantaloons, your mindset up changes. You feel 1,500 is higher. I'll go for the pantaloons brand, which is maybe 700 or 800 or 1,000 rupees, little lesser than that. So if there you purchase something of 1,500, then you feel I purchased little on the higher side. I should have got it at 1,000 rupees. So this is a kind of right value example. Means you are giving the right value for your product. So this is a mindset, right? This is the ego satisfaction. So by doing a good objection handling, what you are going to do, you are raising up the value of your product so that you get the right price, so that you get the right value of your product. Please remember, before starting, what I want to say, one very important line, what you should remember in sales. Any bargaining decision, any buying decision is an ego satisfaction of the buyer. Any buying decision, कोई आदमी कुछ भी खरीदते हैं, that is nothing but an ego satisfaction of the buyer. उसकी अपनी ईगो जो है, ईगो को सेटिस्फाई करना एक सेल्समैन का काम है. If you want to become a good salesman, you should know, and of course you must be knowing how to satisfy the ego of the buyer. If you can satisfy the ego of the buyer, he will not bargain much, he will not negotiate much. He will buy the product with the right value what you are proposing. So the ego satisfaction, how it will happen, do you know? Ego satisfaction will happen how you are handling his objections well. That means the root cause of ego satisfaction is handling objections, handling the questions. Objection means questions from the customers, different points raised by the customer. How you are handling it, based on that, it defines what is the value of your product. It defines whether you are satisfying the ego of the buyer or not. If you are satisfying, they go for your product, they buy your product, whatever the product you are selling or whatever the services you are selling. If you cannot satisfy ego, it becomes difficult for you. Okay. So keep this preamble in your mind. The one very important lesson from this slide is that one single line, any buying decision is an ego satisfaction. यानी कि कोई खरीदारी का डिसीजन होता है तो आपको आगे जो कस्टमर है, आगे जो बायर है, आगे जो प्रोस्पेक्ट है आपकी सामने, उनकी जो अपनी ईगो है उसको आप सेटिस्फाई करोगे तो वो सही प्राइस में, सही मूल्य पे आपकी सामान खरीदेगा जो आप प्रपोज कर रहे हो. अगर आप सेटिस्फाई नहीं कर पाओगे तो नहीं करने वाले हैं. ये सीधी बात है. So taking this into line, let us proceed forward. Yeah. Now many salesmen, they dislike the prospects or buyers. They are asking a lot of questions or objections, right? We generally don't like. We feel जो हम बोलेंगे, हम बातें करेंगे, we will speak and customer will buy automatically. They will not ask any question. But please remember, the prospect not asking any question, it does not indicate that he is convinced. अगर कोई सवाल नहीं पूछ रहा है, यानी कि इसकी मतलब ये नहीं है जो उन्होंने आप जो बता रहे हो सब कुछ समझ गया. That is not true. ये बात नहीं है वो कन्विंस है. वो शायद आपको बोलेगा मैं बाद में ले लूंगा, इतना ही. बट वो कन्विंस है इसकी मतलब नहीं है. But always remember, rather it's a reverse. Who is asking you more questions or raising objections, they may be the one who is planning to buy. अगर आपको सवाल पूछ रहा है, आपको क्वेरी कर रहा है आपकी कंपनी के बारे में, आपकी डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर के बारे में, आपकी प्रोडक्ट के बारे में, पेमेंट टर्म्स के बारे में नेगोशिएट कर रहा है, तो वो इंटरेस्टेड है. तो ये सबसे बढ़िया सिग्नल है एक डील की. कोई आगे की कस्टमर आपके सामने जो है वो बातें कर रहा है, वो बार्गेन कर रहा है, वो चुप करके बैठा नहीं है, वो सब कुछ समझ नहीं रहा है. If he is understanding everything, that's not a good sign. If he is not understanding, he is asking question, he is opening his mouth, that is a better sign to proceed forward. That means that is a buying signal. The buying signal is raising questions, raising objections. ये आपको समझ में आना चाहिए, right? Now, as a sales professional, we need to treat the question. Few basic thing मैं जो आपको ये जो तरीका है, ये कैसे ये ऑब्जेक्शन को हैंडल करना है, वो उसमें ही मेरे को जाना है. अल्टीमेटली आई हैव टू गो टू हाउ टू हैंडल डिफरेंट ऑब्जेक्शन. बट बिफोर ऑब्जेक्शन, हैंडलिंग ऑब्जेक्शन, आई वांट टू सेट अप योर माइंड. मैं आपका माइंड तैयार करने का कोशिश कर रहा हूं. तो उसके लिए मैं कुछ बैकग्राउंड के थ्रू जा रहा हूं, सो दैट इट विल हेल्प यू टू अंडरस्टैंड द सब्जेक्ट इन डिटेल्स, because it's a little bit detailed subject. Okay, now we have to treat the questions and objections as a necessary part of our sales call. So objection आता है तो अच्छी बात है, तो objection आता है तो sales call का एक necessary part है, वो आना ही चाहिए, right? And so you should not dislike the objections and you should be welcoming them. पहले उसको स्वागत कीजिए, ऑब्जेक्शन को समझिए. एंड ऑब्जेक्शंस एंड क्वेश्चंस जब आते हैं आपके सामने, व्हेन इट कम्स, इट गिव्स यू एन इंडिकेशन व्हाट टू डू नेक्स्ट. बिकॉज उसकी जब आप आंसर करते हो, आपको नेक्स्ट जो रास्ता है, that road gets open in front of you. What is the next road? It gets open in front of you, that what to do next for this customer. Because every customer is different, like every disease is different, every human being is different, every situation is different, like every customer different. So there is nothing called absolutely same situation, different situation for different people. But there is a grammar. We will learn the grammar today. Now, the raised objection that gives you an opportunity to remove the misunderstanding and the doubts from the customer's mind and offer an opportunity to make your point stronger about the product and about your services. यानी कि क्या है, जो raised objection होता है, customer जो objection raise करता है, that itself, once you discuss, it will give you an opportunity to interact more, to make a dialogue with the customer. उनके साथ बात करने में आपको आसान होगा. And that time you will get an opportunity to clarify your point stronger. आपका जो पॉइंट है, आपका जो सेल्स पिच है, आपका जो सेल्स करने की तरीका है, आपका जो प्रोडक्ट प्रमोशन है, आपकी कंपनी के बारे में 10 बात और करना, आपकी डीलर के बारे में, आपकी सपोर्ट के बारे में और 10 बात करने के लिए, it will help you. It will help you to and give you a lot of space to discuss with your customers. Okay, so you have to remember, if you cannot handle the objections well, you shall not win the negotiation. अगर ऑब्जेक्शन अच्छा तरीका से पेशेंटली आप हैंडल नहीं कर रहे हो, तो हड़बड़ी कर रहे हो, if you are trying to do very quickly closing the calls, you may not be able to win the negotiation, because customer will ask the best price, whatever you cannot give possibly. It may be lower than your bar, so automatically you cannot give that price. So remember it, handling objections properly will be a very important part in the negotiation and the sales process. Okay. Now, we often have a tendency to answer straight away and try to convince about our product. क्योंकि हम लोग तो सेल्स में है, तो हम लोग क्या करते हैं ना, कोई हमारी प्रोडक्ट के बारे में 5 सवाल उठाए तो हम लोग पसंद नहीं करते. We don't like if people ask lot of questions. So we generally go very straight and we try to convince about our product. We try too much to convince about product, what is not required sometimes. So sometimes we don't listen to them. We try to speak by my product is best. My product is having feature number A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, everything. So, you feel after that immediately customer will give the order. But no, it doesn't happen. He raised some questions. He asked some points. What is the point? And then automatically, we don't listen to them. We again keep on focusing on our promotion. Do not interrupt. Do not defend. Do not ask the tall claims. Don't claim big features about your product. Do not argue with him. Please allow him to speak. If the customer has opened the mind, be a good listener first. If you want to become a good salesman, आपको पहले अच्छा listener बनना पड़ेगा. You have to be a good listener. You should not be always speaking. Wait, listen what the person in your front who is trying to buy the product from you, what is his demand, what is his need. Say for example, a classic example, one customer you have gone and you have started promoting K3 and K2 EDTA. I mean you started promoting K3 EDTA, not K2 EDTA. So suddenly what happened? Your customer says, that I personally feel K3 EDTA is not so good. K2 EDTA is better in terms of EDTA blood collection tubes. But you are technically sound, so you try to explain the customer, no sir, see actually K3 and K2 is all same. there is no difference and all those things. You try to convince the customer that you take K3 from us because your distributor must be having K3 in the stock. Don't try to do always, because in your product basket, you already have K3 and K2 both. You understood that customer has a strong bias towards K2EDT. Someone earlier has told K2EDT is better, and you have both in your bucket. So there is no much problem. You should take the order of K2EDTA. You should not try to educate him too much after a limit. Then his mind will become blocked. He will try to feel that आप उनको सिखा रहे हो ज़्यादा, ज़रूरत से ज़्यादा. So that time you have to allow him to, speak a lot. You do not argue with him. If he's too much bias on K2, provide him K2. If he has not that much of bias after the introduction, so you say, sir, K3 and K2 ek hai ultimately. There is no much problem. You can take K3 also. Prices are both same. Ultimately, it's your choice. So that is the way you should handle this type of situation, right? So do not, do not argue too much. We need not to win the argument. We need to win the business. That is what we should understand. Okay. Now, answer straight only when according to your judgment, it is a straightforward question. Agar straightforward question hai, to straight answer dijiye. If you do not understand the objection properly, if you are not understanding what customer is trying to say, आपको समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, customer क्या कहना चाह रहा है, totally. Refrain from answering. Do not try to answer too quickly. Listen from him properly. If you do not know something, do not answer. If you know, answer it properly. Do not answer based on the impulsive thought. That means मेरा दिमाग में मुझे ऐसा लगा customer ये कहना चाह रहा है तो मैंने ये आंसर दे दिया, ऐसा मत कीजिएगा. Wait, listen to him properly, make him to speak a lot. More he speaks, more is easy for you. वो जितना बात करेगा आपकी कस्टमर आपके सामने, उतना आसान होगा आपको डील क्लोज करना, उतना आप उनको समझ पाओगे, उतना वो आपको समझा पाएंगे. So both all are together, right? So more he speaks, more he will explain himself better to you. More you will understand him, more you will be able to give him better solution in terms of your product, and you can make a concrete deal for the customer. That is the way you should do. Now, next, ये है background. Now, next में क्या है? Next में I am going to discuss with you. There are few common types of questions and objections. Okay, that generally raised by your prospects, raised by the customers while you go for any sales call. I have listed down few. There may be more. आपके पास तो और भी example रहेंगे. Say for example, first one, the prospect postpones the decision to buy, not for so genuine reason. क्या होता है? Very common है. We sometimes don't understand. Customer क्या कहता है? भाई, I do not want the product immediately. I want the product after 1 month. I want the product after 2 months. I want the product after 3 months. So sometimes they are postponing. Every time you are going, they are telling the same thing. So they are postponing the decision to buy. Say you have gone for a fully out analyzer. A few days back, Shambit was telling me, my customer wants it after 1 month. He has paid 20,000 only. He wants after 1 month. He wants after, some customer wants after 2 months, 3 months. Because after 3 months, what will happen? We also don't know. So you are understanding that the reason is not very genuine, but still the customer is postponing this. Okay, it sometimes may be financial reason, it sometimes may be a personal reason, maybe he is in personal problem in his family side, that may be reason. It may be he is waiting for a better offer, but he doesn't want to lose you. उसको अच्छा ऑफर मिल सकता है, उसको लग रहा है, बट आपका ऑफर भी खराब नहीं है, तो थोड़ा सा एक अमाउंट देके वो आपको ब्लॉक करके रखा. That also can be the reason. So there may be many hidden reasons we sometimes do not understand. So these are very common type of problem in every one of our life. हर दिन ये होता है हमारे साथ, एक ना एक कस्टमर कॉल पे जो डिसीजन पोस्टपोन होगा, कल लेंगे. ठीक है, ये वाला सिचुएशन. देन ये तो हमारे लिए सबसे कॉमन सिचुएशन है. ये तो मैं रोज फेस करता हूँ, पता नहीं क्यों फेस करता हूँ इतना. हर एक लोग यही कहता है, एवरीवन सेज प्राइस ऑफ माय प्रोडक्ट इज हाई. मैंने बेचने गया, I have gone for selling. They want 3.85 lakh. नहीं सर, 3.8 lakh. मतलब 5,000 रुपया. भाई, believe me, only man 5,000 rupees anyone wants to buy a 4 lakh rupees machine or 3.95. It's the question. Do you really feel you will not buy a car just for 5,000 rupees if you feel it's a good car? Answer yourself. No need to answer me. Do you feel that you will not buy a good car if it is just say you gone for a scooty? Just for an example, the scooty price is generally nowadays 75,000 rupees, average price I am speaking. You gone to a scooty showroom, they have shown you a scooty which is marvelous feature, and it proposes you 95,000 or 1 lakh. Will you not buy, man? Maybe the scooty is for your wife, for your sister. Is not their safety important for you? You answer yourself. Here and you come and you ask, sir, 5,000 रुपये के लिए डील चला गया. हो सकता है कभी. खुद को बेवकूफ बनाने वाला काम है. It is like making ourselves fool. Yeah, sometimes we lose for price. I agree. It is not that we don't lose the order for price. But generally, for a big equipment, losing just for 5,000-6,000, and believe me, the moment I give 5,000 rupees discount, the product sells. That time I understand often this is not the price what is blocking. This is something else. Something else. What is that something else? Without proper analysis, we cannot say. Case to case, for one customer, that 5,000 may be the ego. Why you are not reducing the 5,000? I am a big doctor. I want to reduce that 5,000. You are not listening me. My ego is hurt. It may be a cause, many of the cases, believe me. We don't understand. We feel my company is not giving me price. I lost it. My boss has not given me price. I lost it. Who is the culprit? My boss is the culprit. I am not the culprit. I am the best salesman in the world. I have done my job. My boss is the culprit who has not given me price. I lost it, right? So this is the situation in many of the cases you will find. So answer yourself first. Am I deciding the right reason? So I do not feel always price is the reason, means practically speaking. Anyway, of course, price sometimes become reason. Sometimes the product features and benefits are not accepted. See, whatever you are offering in your product segment, it is not accepted. Say, for example, you all are selling centrifuge now, right? Remy is having 36 tube centrifuge, correct? Do we have 36 tube centrifuge? No, we don't have. What is the centrifuge you are having? 18 tube and 24 tube. But with 18 tube, you can make a big thing. Why? Because you can say, sir, you take two 18 tube centrifuge. If it is not swing head or fixed head is not a worry for you, you go for two centrifuge of 18 tube and you get 36 tubes parallelly. So who will say this? But you have to listen it first. What is the need of the customer? Whether the need is swing head, then you propose 24 tube. The need is 36 tube simultaneously, propose 18 tube into 2. So for that, your understanding about the requirement is very important. Asking the question is very important. Understanding the objection is very important, right? So many times, even if your product does not offer the feature exactly what customer is asking, you can sometimes convince your customer. For that, you have to listen to him. You have to understand him. You have to handle the objection properly. Then many times we get the question like that, the quality of the product is not good. That times it is a hard objection, as you can understand, because if the quality is not good and he has a bad experience about your product for the same segment of product, then that time, you have a tough time. Sometimes you have to handle that objection also. So these generally in our company, quality related issues are not really much, fortunately, touch wood. Then unaccepted payment terms and credit policy. Customer says, especially you face it generally in the instrumentation sale or a big institutional sale. Generally, we are distributor driven organization, right? Our distributor gives a credit. Sometimes customer says for the instrument sale, I want 4 EMI, 5 EMI, 6 EMI, going above and more. Some customer ask for 24 EMI. So like that situations also arise. So handling that also is a part of objection handling, especially for the big instrument. You have to offer higher EMIs. You have to take the help of distributors. So that situation comes. So that's also an objection which you have generally handled. And generally, and again, another type of objections, you get the dissatisfaction on the customer service. That sometimes your customers are not happy with your service what you have provided, आपने जो सर्विस पहले उनकी कोई कस्टमर को आपने प्रोवाइड किया, उनको सुनाई दिया आपकी सर्विस अच्छा नहीं है आपकी कंपनी का, sometimes you face difficulty, that time also you can handle it, but you have to understand it, you have to give a good reference that, because आपके पास अगर 50 कस्टमर है उसमें से एक और दो शायद 1 or 2 customers may not have got a good service, he or she may be a friend of this new customer or new prospect, maybe he has listened that your service is not good, but other 49 or 48 customer got a good service from you, that's your reference, so you have to refer them. So there are a lot of solutions, that time you can handle it, right? So these are the common problems what you generally listen. Another type of things you listen, that the prospect had a bad experience earlier with your product or with your company or your sales and service personnel. Maybe आप जिस headquarter में हो, you are in a headquarter, before that someone was there, he was not a great guy, he was not able to give a good service, he was not able to meet the commitment given by him to the customers. Maybe the customer was upset and had a negative bias about your company. That time, meeting him continuously and convincing him towards your product, towards your company is also a part of your job. And it happens. I have seen many customers like that. Please meet them regularly, understand them. They also break, they understand. Sometimes the happened, so happened. Let us go forward. This man who is coming now is a great guy. He's a good service supporter. So, it happens always with us. Like, in some shop, you are going into your area, the salesman of that shop was not good, you did not like him. Now a new sales boy has joined in a multi-purpose showroom. If the new sales boy joined, he is so friendly with you. Earlier you were not going to that shop, but now because of that new boy's behavior, you found he is so helpful, so great guy. So you keep on going him and keep on purchasing the products. So it is very common. It is not like that someone is not taking or someone was angry on us for whatsoever the reason, will remain angry for the lifetime. No, it's all business. They may not remain angry for the lifetime. They may not remain upset on you for the lifetime, on your company for the lifetime. It is never, never. It is sometimes no. I am not happy now. It is not that I'll not buy any product from Peerless. कोई ऐसा नहीं कहते. No one sells like that, right? No one tells like that. That is the way it is. So it's your service, your rapport, your image will change the situation, right? And the last common problem what you face, they are in contract with someone. Always you often get it while you go for your vacuum, non-vacuum tube, or you go for consumables like, or glucose monitors, this type of products where there is consumables. Many institutes, sometimes, they are in contract with someone. Last time I was giving one example to you that my boss Suresh sir was there in CPC. He was visiting CMC Vellore, every year, every month once while he was going back from Chennai to Bangalore. Every month once in a single day, he will go and he will sit there, he will meet the doctor and he'll just keep on going. Arun, you must have seen that. Because, in many of the cases, you got a lot of big deals like that. They are not buying from us. You go, you have a meeting with the doctor or the purchase manager, you keep a good rapport. One day suddenly comes, the present supplier is not able to supply the product. That is your day. That day they break. That day the order comes to you. So this is again, when they are in contract with someone. So, sometimes it happens in March, sometimes it can happen any point of the time. So don't wait. So you keep on doing your job, you keep on visiting your customers. So that is the way it is. So these are the very few common problems. So what I have listed in this list, there must be a lot of more. You must be facing a lot of more objections, more problems. शायद आप और फेस करते हो. मैं जो कॉमन है वो कॉमन कुछ 8-10 मैंने एक करने की कोशिश की. Now let us go forward for the other things. Now ये ऑब्जेक्शन कब आते हैं? ये जो डिफरेंट टाइप के ऑब्जेक्शन आते हैं, तो व्हेन इट कम्स, believe me, it can come anytime, any point of time, in terms of negotiation, in time of promotion, in times of sales call, any discussion, any presentation, after the sales call, during negotiation, anytime it can come. However, there is a process of answering the objections. एक तरीका है. There is a process. आज आपको मैं वो process दिखाने की कोशिश करूंगा, right? So what is this process? There are 4 classical steps are there. There are 4 classical steps, 4 steps to overcome objection. What are those 4 steps? Now take your pen or paper and note down, if possible, the steps. Because if you don't note down, you may forget. ये तो प्रेजेंटेशन के टाइम पे क्या होता है, मैं तो एक तरफ से बोलते जा रहा हूं, you are sometimes listening, you are not interacting, right? In Zoom presentation, that is a problem. If you are in front of me, we are interacting, and I can hand to hand explain you. But here in Zoom, so it's very virtual, so I cannot explain you hand to hand. That is the problem. So anyway, so Zoom has its limitation, but benefit is that so many people together we can discuss, right? So take a pen or paper and just note down few points. There are 4 major steps. What is these major steps? Let me go through. First step is the step 1, which is clarifying the objection. What do you mean by clarifying the objection? Means understanding the objection. Objection या problem को समझना. भाई झगड़ा क्यों हो रहा है, तकलीफ क्यों है, उसको समझना. पहले है समझना. ये बड़ा genuine चीज है. It's a very normal thing what I'm telling. It's a human psychology what I'm teaching you today. It's not anything on sales. It's a pretty human psychology. The same way you stop quarrel in your home. घर पे जब झगड़ा होता है ना, वो झगड़ा भी हम ऐसे ही संभालते हैं. It's called a part of conflict management. Okay? पहले है प्रॉब्लम क्या है उसको समझो. Clarify the objection. Clarify the problem. नंबर दूसरा सेकेंड इज दैट क्लासिफाई द ऑब्जेक्शन. यानी कि क्लासिफाई द प्रॉब्लम. किस तरीका की प्रॉब्लम है. देयर आर सम पैटर्न. देयर आर 4 पैटर्न्स ऑफ द प्रॉब्लम. 4 पैटर्न है. वो पैटर्न भी आपको मैं लिखा दूंगा. I'll tell you what are the patterns. तो ये जो पैटर्न है, पैटर्न क्या है. अब बेस्ड ऑन द पैटर्न ऑफ द प्रॉब्लम, व्हाट इज द आंसर ऑफ द प्रॉब्लम, व्हाट इज द आंसर ऑफ द ऑब्जेक्शन. पर पहले है व्हाट इज द प्रॉब्लम. सेकंड इज दैट व्हाट टाइप ऑफ प्रॉब्लम, दैट इज क्लासिफाइंग द ऑब्जेक्शन. थर्ड इज आंसरिंग द ऑब्जेक्शन. ऑब्जेक्शन को समझाओ, ऑब्जेक्शन को सॉल्यूशन निकालो, ट्राई टू आंसर द प्रॉब्लम. And number 4 step is that restate the benefit once again. After explaining the problem से बाहर निकल के फिर promotion में आ जाओ. Come back to promotion once again. Understood? So, you are in a sales process, you are going to a line. You are proposing and promoting your product. Customer raised objection, customer raised query. Right? You understood the problem, you classified the problem, answered the problem. Then again go back to the promotion. Don't forget what you are telling, you are promoting that time. उसको भूलना मत जो आप प्रमोट क्या कर रहे थे. ठीक है. तो ये 4 तरीका अगर आप सही से फॉलो करोगे तो आपका नेगोशिएशन बढ़िया जाएगा. Your negotiation will go fantastic, fabulously. You will not be delaying. Okay, like that. We'll discuss these 4 steps step by step in next half an hour and 40 minutes. Now it is 9:06. The background is explained to you almost in 30 minutes. Now I will take another 45 minutes maximum. I'll try to finish in 30 minutes. So in 45 minutes, we will go all these steps. And please take your pen or paper and small words write down, which clicks in your brain. And then after the session, just go through whatever the notes you are making. I'll send you the presentation. You can of course go through, but please make the notes, because presentation bhejne ke baad, generally what happens, we don't read, because you have to do sales call. Some of you, like Dheeraj, I am finding he's traveling, so definitely you have to go and meet the distributor next to you, so you may not have energy to read it once again. So please note down in a small way. That's what is my request to you. Now let us go through the step 1 first. Okay, that is clarifying the objection. अभी क्लैरिफाई करने की मतलब क्या है? व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय क्लैरिफाइंग? ऑलरेडी आई हैव टोल्ड, मेकिंग द ऑब्जेक्शन क्लियर और अंडरस्टैंडिंग द ऑब्जेक्शन क्लियरली. सो यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज द प्रॉब्लम, व्हाई द ऑब्जेक्शन केम, हु इज द मैन बिहाइंड द ऑब्जेक्शन, हाउ शुड आई रिजॉल्व इट, व्हेन टू डू, वेयर इज द प्रॉब्लम. सो ऑल दीज थिंग्स यू हैव टू understand. So these means, now how to clarify, how to understand. The first is that ask questions. सवाल पूछिए. by knowing your customer's intention more. Means once you ask more questions, you will understand your customer's intention more. That is the only and only way, no other way. Sometimes you need to change the word. Sometimes some customer does not answer straightforward. आप तो कस्टमर को पूछ नहीं सकते सर जी प्रॉब्लम कहां पे है बताओ ना आप क्यों खरीद नहीं रहे हो कैन यू से दैट वेरी क्लियरली समटाइम्स यस समटाइम्स नो sometimes if you ask yes they say what is the problem I don't want to buy very simple sometimes some customers your rapport is great so they say see Narendra this is the problem that is why I'm not buying your relation and rapport is great with the customer he says it right sometimes they don't say it so there is a problem in asking the question so asking the right question is very crucial in this stage. Now, sometimes by restating the objection as a question to prospect, you should ask that. Okay, you sometimes can ask directly and indirectly. That's what I was just telling you. Okay. Now, the tone or manner, the way you are asking, should implement that you are clarifying. But you should not be in interrogation mode. Customer should not feel bad जब आप सवाल पूछ रहे हो उनको. क्योंकि ना कस्टमर को मैंने देखा कुछ customers are there they don't like too much questions they take it into ego why you are asking me means once time happened we are a human being I also made mistakes I got for selling fully out analyzer so very casually asked sir approximately in a day how many tests you are doing because fully out analyzer once we are selling we need to understand what is the workload of the customer right so I asked what is the workload how many tests you are doing every day probably my tone was not correct or the customer's mood was not good he was so upset that how come I can ask what is the workload because by asking it I had hurted his ego I wanted to know what is the workload means how big lab they are no my intention was not that at all sorry my intention was very simple actually we had two models 100 test throughput 200 test throughput if the workload of the customer is low I will give smaller machine if the workload of the customer is high I'll propose the bigger machine that was the intention मेरा intention कुछ गलत नहीं था मेरा intention customer की income समझने की कोशिश नहीं था मैं सच बता रहा हूं मेरा तो intention यही था मैं customer को सही product दूं अगर वर्कलोड कम है तो छोटा वाला मशीन दूं अगर वर्कलोड ज्यादा है तो बड़ा वाला मशीन दूं ऑब्जेक्टिव में मेरा गलत नहीं था बट मेरा सवाल पूछने की तरीका शायद गलत था और उनकी मूड शायद खराब था और मैंने सही बैकग्राउंड लेके उस सवाल को नहीं पूछा तो मेरा क्वेश्चन गलत गया एंड द डील क्लोज्ड दैट टाइम he felt these guys are not good they are trying to understand my income I don't like them get out they did not tell get out ऐसा नहीं बोला निकल जाओ but after that we did not got the deal I was the criminal who did not for me that deal was lost I felt so bad so asking the right question in the right way in the right time is very crucial don't ask मतलब प्रसन्नजीत ने ट्रेनिंग दिया भाई सवाल पूछना है तो सवाल पूछो भाई सवाल के बाद डंडा होगा तो मुझे मत बता you understood what I'm telling I told you to ask question but I never told you ask question whatever coming to mind so please judge the situation understand the problem understand the things then only ask the right question so asking the right question is very very important okay so each time generally how you should do you should ask this type of questions in general like say for example you can use different words like sir मुझे लगता है you think or you feel if I read you correctly अगर मुझे लगता है सर आपके पास इतना वर्क अगर मैं सवाल ऐसा पूछता था if I would have asked that question possibly sir I feel sir you have approximately 30 samples per day right sir because we have two models but if you have 30 samples per day I would propose you this model and if you have around 50 samples per day I'll propose you our bigger model 200 test model maybe that was the right way I could have proposed right so using the right word right now you can use the word like you seem to want this type of situation or you do not appear to be like that as I understand this type of questions are very common while you are interrogating, why you are clarifying the objections, problem कहाँ पे है. Judgmental मत कीजिए. Don't do judgmental word. Use the right word. I feel so. मुझे ऐसा लगता है आप ऐसा सोच रहे हो. मैं गलत सोच रहा हूँ क्या सर? या मुझे ऐसा लगता है आपकी नीड इस तरीका की है. So इस टाइप की बातें कीजिए so that बीच में कुछ रहे, डिसिसिव ना हो वो चीज. डिसिसिव में वो ब्लॉक हो जाएगा चीज. He can take you to ego, right? So as I said, you have to win the ego of the customer. कस्टमर की ईगो जितना है, आप ईगो जीत जाओगे तो आप सेल कर पाओगे. तो उनको हीरो दिखाना है आपको, हीरो हो या ना हो जैसा भी है. You have to make him to feel good. That feel good factor is a buying factor. Okay, feel good factor that release oxytocin in their brain, and because of oxytocin they feel good and they buy your product. That's all. That's oxytocin is a hormone. You have to have a feel good for factor, right? So that is your job as a salesman to give him. Okay. Now, I would like to give some examples to you over here. Now, it's a very classical example I have taken. Like many times we face customer पूछते हैं भाई सबसे common problem लिया मैंने. I have tried to handle the very common one. Your product price is high. Say for example, I'm taking an example of our sell counter. We sell Mission HA360. That is a model from Acon, which has multiple features. We sell Mission HA360 machine. Though you are from Division 1, many of you, but please, for the time being, understand, we sell a cell counter, which is Mission HA360 from Acon, which is a great product. Performance-wise, great. Feature-wise, extremely good. Something amazing features are there. Okay. We sell in higher price. The price of the product is in the higher side, not in the lower side in the market. Not in very higher, but it is medium sector, I'll say. In market, sell counters are available at many companies sell counters at 2 lakh rupees also, 2 lakh plus GST. GST part you forget. As a salesman, we don't see that. We sell the product around 1.9 to the distributors, and some competitors they sell it at 1.65, 1.75, 1.85 lakh also. Right? So there are lower product more, higher product is less. Our product is third or fourth in the pricing segment. So that is the situation. So that time we generally get a complaint that the price is high. Okay, now how to handle it? Now in that case, if you are selling to your customers, you will sell it at, say, your distributor will have some 25,000 rupees profit. So you sell it at 2.2 lakh plus GST or something like that. So that time, once you propose this price to your customer, he may say that your price is high. Then your reply should be, sir, I think, or you feel that the price is higher than you pay for our competitor, right, sir? मतलब आप competitor को या दूसरे कोई कंपनी को जितना प्राइस दोगे, उनसे हमारा प्राइस थोड़ा ज्यादा है, ऐसा आपको लग रहा है क्या सर? Ask this question. आप ये सवाल पूछिए. Please ask this question. Do you feel that my product price is higher than what you pay to our competitor? See, I am saying in a way, you have to say in your way, of course. So now, pause. Wait for some time. Wait for the reaction, because that time you expect your customer to say, yes, I am comparing your machine with a machine called Mindray. I am comparing a machine which is from Zybio or Beacon, which is proposing me lower price, 10,000 rupees or 15,000 rupees lower than the price whatever you are offering. Then it becomes easy for you. See, till now you don't know. He is telling your price is high. But how much high? 5,000 high, 10,000 high, 20,000 high? You do not know now. The moment the customer says, this is the product in my mind, say Mindray or say Zybio. So you decide that time, yes, now the budget is 10,000. The difference, or the difference is 5,000. That is the way you open the customer in front of you and he starts speaking. But some customers, believe me, are smarter than you and me. They keep quiet. Then again you have to ask, sir, which do you feel that is the way? आपको ऐसा ही लग रहा है क्या? तो आप openly बताइए मुझे. You please tell me what is in your mind, what pricing range is in your mind, because my product offers so and so features that you have to now you have to feature it properly. Now you have to say, you have to clarify the prospect. Sir, if I understand you correctly, you feel that the price is high compared to Mindray or compared to Zybio, about 4 to 5,000 rupees or 10,000 rupees. That is what you are feeling, right, sir? आपको ऐसा लग रहा है 5 से 10,000 रुपए ही ज्यादा है. मैं बराबर सोच रहा हूं ना सर, मैं सही जा रहा हूं? तो कभी कभी ना नेगोशिएशन पे आपको ये एक्टिंग तो थोड़ा करना पड़ेगा, एंड यू हैव टू डू इट वेरी क्लासिकली. तो दिस इज वन सेट ऑफ एग्जांपल. नाउ इसकी सॉल्यूशन भी मैं आगे दूंगा आपको. नाउ दिस इज द कॉमन फर्स्ट ऑब्जेक्शन, हाउ टू हैंडल, हाउ टू रिएक्ट. पहले है रिएक्ट क्या करना है. आप पहले ही बोले प्राइस ज्यादा है, बोला ठीक है सर कोई बात नहीं, मैं ना आपको 10,000 रुपये और सस्ता कर देता हूं. ये रिएक्शन दे दिया तो गया. दैट मोमेंट यू स्पॉइल द डील. संबित, am I saying the right thing? The moment he negotiated, आपकी प्राइस ज्यादा है, आपने सुना. मेरा एक बॉस था, मैं बता रहा हूं, आप नाम नहीं लेना चाहता हूं. ही इज वेरी रिनाउंस्ड इन द इंडस्ट्री, बाय द वे. ग्रेट सेल्समैन. I learned a lot of sales from him, a lot of things of sales from him. He was one of my gurus. But उनका एक आदत खराब था. पता है क्या आदत था? उस सेल्स कॉल में जाते हुए, जनरली हेड ऑफिस पे थे, he was a cadre of general manager level, so I got an opportunity to work with him very closely and do lot of joint calls with him. But उनका एक तरीका मुझे अच्छा नहीं लगता था. पहले क्या करते थे, पहले उन्होंने फील्ड स्टाफ से थोड़ा सा ज्यादा प्राइस में कोट करवाते थे. मतलब जो फ्रंट लाइन सेल्समैन है, वो क्या करते थे, मान के चलो एक बड़ा मशीन बेचने जा रहा है, तो उसकी कोट लगभग 5 लाख की करके देते थे. तो वो क्या करते थे, वो जब खुद विजिट में जाते थे, वो 5 लाख की प्राइस को फटक से 4 लाख करके बेच के आ जाते. गुड ट्रिक, समटाइम्स वर्क्स वेरी गुड, बट it always doesn't work. It's a very dangerous thing to do. Why? You know, that I understood later. Initially, I thought that was a great deal, great way of convincing the customer. But थोड़ा ना उल्लू बनाने वाला स्टाइल है था ये. क्योंकि प्रॉब्लम क्या था, कस्टमर को जब समझ में आ गए ये बॉस ने आया, बॉस has come and boss has immediately reduced 50,000 or 1 lakh, that means I can negotiate more. कस्टमर ना 1 लाख में रुकते नहीं थे. गलती यहां पे होता था. तो तब क्या होता था, मान के चलो उनकी लोएस्ट प्राइस 4 लाख थी, अभी तक 5 लाख बैरियर था, तो उन्होंने 4 लाख ऑफर कर दिया. अब नेगोशिएशन के दौरान कस्टमर और नेगोशिएट करने लगा. अब बिलो देन 4 लाख ही डजंट हैव प्राइस. So what he used to do, then he used to close the deal at say 3.5 or something. After that, the deal used to be a loose deal. Matlab company was not earning money from there. So he was not a good negotiator actually. Over a period of time, I understood that. That is not the right way of negotiation. So this is the way I'm trying to say you. There are a lot of ways of negotiation. You will have your own ways. But झटक से price कम कर देना is not the right way. The moment you reduce the price, suddenly the customer feels you can do more. His expectation goes up and you devalue your product. Please mind my word. You devalue your product. आपकी प्रोडक्ट की कीमत आप प्राइस कम करके अपने ही कम कर देते हो. That is a wrong thing. That is not a correct thing to do. Okay, please, that's what, once the price is asked, please go into details. What is the reference? कौन सी रेफरेंस से आपकी प्राइस ज्यादा कस्टमर को लग रहा है, कौन सी मशीन की अगेंस्ट पे, कौन सी ट्यूब की अगेंस्ट पे, कौन सी प्रोडक्ट की अगेंस्ट पे, कौन सा स्ट्रिप की अगेंस्ट पे आपकी कस्टमर की प्राइस ज्यादा लग रहा है. You have to understand and then only you should propose the right price. Okay, right? Now after that you will find, once you ask him questions, prospect will respond, and then based on his response, जैसे वो मिनरे की नाम बताएगा, जैसे मैं बताया आपको, या XYZ कंपनी के नाम बताएगा, तब आप आगे बढ़ने के लिए आपको फायदा हो जाएगा. So this is a classical example of clarifying the objection. So इस तरीका से आपको ऑब्जेक्शन या प्रॉब्लम को क्लैरिफाई करना है, समझना है, right? Now next one, there are 4 advantages of clarifying the objection. Advantage number 1, Now, clarifying forces the prospect to indicate whether his objection and your understanding are the one or the same. मतलब वो क्या बोलना चाह रहा है, आप भी वो समझ रहे हो, and you are understanding what is his problem, up to how much money he can invest or up to how much money he cannot invest. So all the problems, not only the price, many things. Okay, the problem can be more. Problem may not be price. Say for example, a customer has asked 36 tube centrifuge, as I was telling, and you have 18 tube. So you have to ask the right question. You have to ask, sir, can I offer you fixed head centrifuge? Yes or no? Customers bolega, ha, fixed head is also okay. For me, 36 tube is important. Well, sir, can I give you a great solution? Now go for the solution. So first understand what is the need. His need is swing head centrifuge or 36 tube centrifuge. Ask the question that what is the need, swing head or 36 tube. If it is 36 tube, you have a solution, 2 centrifuge of 18 tube. Okay, so that's what will come in the answering the objection. I'll come to that later. Now, if his objection and your understanding is same, then classify the objection. आप उस किस तरीका का objection है समझो and answer the question. If that is not same, then you have to ask him once again the questions. Again, go back, ask him a lot of questions. That means आपका question was not correct, so he did not give the right answer. So again, you have to ask the questions and you have to understand what is the root cause of the problem, why he is not buying, why he is not proceeding. Okay. See, just for example, I would like to tell it after saying the advantage. Few days back, I was in Gujarat. I faced a very interesting customer. I would give that example too. Anand Parekh was with me and we were doing a customer call, but that was a very classical example. I also learned a lot in that. Now, that is the first advantage. Second advantage, by clarifying, you show the prospect that you take his objection seriously. मतलब जब आप उनको टाइम दे रहे हो, आप उनकी प्रॉब्लम को सुन रहे हो, he is becoming interested or she is becoming interested on you, that you are giving him importance and you want to understand his position, so he gets a feeling of respect. So you communicate respect to the prospect and increase your own rapport to your customer, and his confidence is increased on you. उनकी कॉन्फिडेंस भी आपके ऊपर ज्यादा होता है, तो आपकी रैपो भी अच्छा होता है, तो आपकी बातचीत भी अच्छा होता है. So you become more comfortable with him and he becomes or she becomes more comfortable with you, right? Now, what is the third advantage? Third advantage is that your respect and desire that to understand the customer, मतलब आपने जो उसको respect दिखा रहे हो और you are trying to understand him, that influence your prospect's mind to tell the reality, the real problem. What is the real problem? Why is not buying? It may be he has some financial problem. Now, no one, you go for buying a car and you find the car price is little higher, the EMI will become high. What you will do? You will come back from the showroom, right? Will you tell, I don't pay this much of EMI every month? It is difficult for me. No one tells their own negativity. कोई आदमी आपका खुद का negativity नहीं बताएगा, थोड़ी बताएगा. They will not tell their own negativity, na? They will simply come out. So it is the salesman's job to dig out मन पे क्या है, what is in mind, and give the solution, right? More you talk, more he will become comfortable, more he will tell or she will tell. Okay. And last one is the advantage is that you are showing respect and desire to understand the issue, which will reduce the gravity of the objection, because the objection might be only 5,000 rupees. It's the ego, but you cannot reduce that 5,000. You have already given the best price. You cannot reduce more 5,000 rupees. But more you talk, you can say, sir, jane do na, let it go. Only 5,000 rupees, na sir. Once you are purchasing kits and all these things from us, I will give you so much benefit. This you will earn more than this 5,000 rupees from me. I'll help you out. So the situation and gravity of the problem will come down. That is the way it happens. Okay. So this is the advantage of clarifying the problems. So first, as I said, you clarify the problem. I was telling about Gujarat customer, right? What happened? Our Anand Parekh sir was following up with one customer for his, it's a lady doctor, pathologist. She was planning to buy our fully auto. And last 2 months, she is not buying. 2 to 3 months, she is every time telling, I'll call you back. Already she agreed that she will buy the product from us. She's convinced about the product. She's convinced about our service. She's convinced about our quality. Everything is convinced. But she is not giving the final order. That is what is happening. So our Anand bhai was telling me once I had gone there. I said, "Chalo Anand bhai, एक बार try मारते हैं उसको एक बार just blindly थोड़ा call करो ना बोलो चेन्नई से एक आदमी आया एक बॉस आया था तो एक बार सर मैडम मिलवा देते हैं थोड़ा सा अगर आपको कुछ बात करना है तो बात कर लो." So I thought he also said, "Okay, sir, let us take a chance because she is not somehow meeting. I am calling, she is disconnecting the line, or Dylan is calling, she is also disconnecting." But probably I was the luck factor. What happened? They called, she picked up. Sitting in the car, the distributor, I was with the distributor and Anand bhai both. So she picked up and she said, "Yeah, I am available today at 4 o'clock. Come down to my lab." I said, "Great idea. Chalo, let's go." So then we have gone there. We understood, after a lot of talk, lot of points, there was no technical discussion. Believe me, technically very few discussions. Why she was convinced? She was not convinced. She had gone to one, she said so. She said that she had gone to one pathologist conference where she has seen the same fully auto sold by another A company, similar type fully auto, and another B company. So, and she was not wrong, she was right. Okay, similar type of model are sold by 2 other companies. Now, what we have done, what I have done, I explained her what is the difference between the company A model and our model. Number 1, company B model and our model. Number 2, both are well explained to her. And then we explained about the features. Then at last, slowly the point came out that she is actually having a problem of finance. The logic, what she was telling is not the right reason. The right reason, what was my analysis, that she is not buying because she does not want to invest immediately in this 1 or 2 months. She will invest after 1 or 2 months because she is upgrading the lab and already she is too busy in that and she has spent good money. And she don't want, it's not that she doesn't have money. They are very rich. Husband and wife both are doctor, but she doesn't want to invest. Everyone has their own obligation, right? Own plans. So that is the way. She will take it after possibly few 1 or month. So that is the way it often happens. People does not tell the real reason. The real reason was not 2-3 machines of similar model. The real reason was she doesn't want to invest the money immediately. So that's what I'm trying to say is that more you talk, we sat there for more than an hour. After sitting more than an hour, then only we understood that's the last reason. Before that, we are not understanding. Neither Anand bhai was understanding, nor the dealer was understanding, nor I was understanding. So this was a very classical lesson for me that, once you discuss, once I am making this presentation, I remembered this situation. So I felt that is right. What is said, the grammar is true. The grammar is not wrong. Okay. Now going ahead, step 2. Once you clarified the problem, clarified the objection, next comes classify the objection. Matlab, what is the type of objection? What do you mean by classifying? The classifying means which type of problem it is. There are generally 4 types of common problems. Okay, that I'll come. Number 1 is that stall or postpone. आप देखोगे कुछ कस्टमर रहेगा वो ना खाली पीछे कर देता है. I'll call you back. मैं बाद में लूंगा, मैं 1 महीना बाद में लूंगा, 2 महीना बाद में लूंगा. So I'll buy it from you only, don't worry, but I'll take it later. So this is a tendency. Second is hidden objection. समझ में नहीं आता प्रॉब्लम कहां पे है. ये जो गुजरात की कस्टमर है समझ में नहीं आ रहा था प्रॉब्लम कहां पे है. Where is the basic problem lying? Customer convinced say everything is right, but where is the problem? It was hidden, not understood. Fourth problem, easy objection, like very easy to handle. You just answer the question and go forward. Fourth type, hard objection, which is difficult to answer, right? So these type of problems are also there. Now, once you understand the problem, then I will show you, you classify the problem like that. Problem of 36 tube centrifuge is easy objection. problem of Anand Parekh, that fully out analyzer customer in Gujarat, is an hidden objection. So like that, you classify the objection in that fashion. You put in the right jar, right? And then you decide how to answer it. Everything has its own way. I'll show you the way now. Now, while you answer the objection, answering is based on the few grammatical ways. I'll show you the grammatical ways, right? Have a look. Now, a stall or postpone, that means, as I was telling, I shall look into it, I want to think it over, I will discuss with my husband and then take a decision, I'll discuss with my wife and then take a decision, I'll discuss with my big boss and CEO of the company and take a decision, I will call you back later, I want to buy it after Pongal or Diwali or Christmas, like Shambit customer, want to do it after 2 months. Now, how to handle these situations? See, you have to give sometimes some example. Like say, sir, dekho, you know, sir, Amazon Day or Big Day in Flipkart, you know, they have a single day. You get an offer of this day to this day. After that, do you get the offer? You don't get the offer. After the price increase, right? And again, you have to wait for 1 year for Diwali offer or for Amazon Day offer or for Big Day offer of Flipkart. So that is the way you can sometimes give the example. What do you have to do? You have to stress the value of prompt action. That means what you can offer you now. आप अभी क्या कर सकते हो? जैसे कि example दे रहा हूँ. Now at this moment, possibly in your urine analyzer, you can offer a very special price to your distributor. You can offer some 10+1 model. Last few months back. Can you offer it later? No. You know that your company does not extend the offer. So you convince your distributors the benefit of one extra machine and they go gun for it. You sold huge number of U120, right? You made a record. So that is the way. So you were able to explain the benefit to the user, I mean to the distributor. Similarly, this month we are offering, say, one set extra for your cell counter or hematology analyzer. Have you ever thought one set of diluent and lyes extra means what? One set of diluent and lyes extra means minimum 350 test. Now, 350 test and 200 rupees per test a customer is earning 70,000 rupees, man. Which customer in the world is full to leave the offer of 70,000 income? Now, my question is that, have you told it to your customer? आपने अपनी कस्टमर को बताया, सर आप इस महीना हमसे मशीन लोगे तो आपको 70,000 रुपया की बेनिफिट मिलने वाला है. हम क्या कहते हैं, एक सेट मिलने वाला है. एक सेट मिलना और 70,000 की बेनिफिट मिलने में जमीन आसमान की फर्क है. There is a hell and heaven difference, man. Are you getting my point? What I'm telling, Shambit? Are you understanding? Giving a bed, that is the way a manager's job to train your team. Benefit of 70,000 rupees in this month if you go for cell counter from Peerless this month for the end user. But it will happen when you go to a customer and promote a product. If you beg your dealer, no. Beg ही करना पड़ेगा, कुछ नहीं होगा. Begging होगा. डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर बोलेगा और एक मिल सकता है क्या? तीसरे कंपनी, आप तो 4 दे रहे हो, तीसरे कंपनी 5वां भी दे रहा है. You understood? डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर की पैर पकड़ने से ये होगा. कस्टमर पॉइंट पे जाओगे जिसको आप ऑलरेडी 3 सेट बोल चुके हो, टेल हिम another 70,000 benefit, it gives a big boom for him. So that depends how you promote, how you understand the objection and do it. So this type of hidden objections or stall or postpone can be handled in that fashion. So the loss of opportunity, you have to show, sir, next महीना करोगे, if you are doing, you are not going to get one machine free for a urine analyzer. If next month you do, you are going to lose 70,000 rupees of benefit, 70,000 worth of test from us. So this type of decisions you have to explain. Believe me, use my theory, things will happen. Okay. So this is the way to handle the stall or postpone. Now, second is that hidden objection. Hidden objections, like as I said, the Gujarat customer was the hidden objection case. right? Hidden objection, sometimes it is the most difficult. We sometimes don't understand. See, this part is the objection and this part is the answer. Okay, left side is the objection column, right side is the answer column. Okay, now hidden objection, sometimes they don't say, they say milna avoid karte, they try to avoid meeting you, they avoid picking up your calls, they don't say the real objection. Okay, so these are the problems. Sometimes there is no clear answer, so this is the most difficult one, the hidden objection ko understand karna. Okay, so hence you have no other alternative. Probe, probe, probe. Probe, ask question, ask question, ask question, and get more market feedback from the customer. हो सकता है कस्टमर की कुछ तकलीफ है, उनकी टेक्नीशियन से बात कीजिए, उनकी पीयर से बात कीजिए, हॉस्पिटल की इंफॉर्मेशन लीजिए, उसकी फाइनेंशियल कंडीशन क्या है, इफ द हॉस्पिटल इज नॉट प्लेसिंग द ऑर्डर, lot of information of the market will help you. Asking questions to right people, and more questions is the key. Be tactful while handling the objection, because these type of customers will also ask several objections. Now, objections किस तरीके की होता है? Generally, these type of customers are asking the objections which are sometimes illogical. जैसे गुजरात का कस्टमर बोल रहा था, फोन ही पिकअप नहीं कर रहे थे. She was not picking up the call. Very simple. Way to avoid. Very illogical, right? Sometimes large number of inconsistent objection. भाई आपकी प्रोडक्ट, जैसे बोला आपकी मशीन 2 कंपनी बेचता है, और it's a very illogical objection and inconsistent. There is no consistency, because she was asking earlier first, now she was asking something second. Before 2 minutes she was asking that one. Then second he said that 2 companies selling your product. Third she said about what about the warranty. So big inconsistent. I mean, there is no consistency. So these are the hidden objections. You will understand. And you are understanding, you are giving a good answer for the problem, still she is not accepting. So if any out of these 3, any 2 is there, you understand कुछ ना कुछ तो गड़बड़ है, कुछ ना कुछ hidden है, जो मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. I am not understanding what is the problem, but there is some problem. Okay, then you should ask a lot of questions, but please remember, she will ask many inconsistent or illogical objection. Please don't avoid that. Answer that patiently. You have to answer that. If you try to show that, अरे मैडम क्या पूछ रहे हो, बेकार की सवाल है, ये फालतू की बात कर रहे हो, आप ना लेने की चक्कर लगा रहे हो, ये सब बोलोगे ना, तो she will get offended. She will get into hurt. Her ego will get hurt. His ego, customer's ego will get hurt. We cannot do that. We have to be very sober, very polite, and explain the points whatever she is asking. Because we should not, because your ignorance can disrespect and the customer can disconnect from you. That is not the way what we should do. Right, Anand Parekh sir? I hope I answered that day's discussion. Because Anand is understanding most, because he was with me during that time. Okay. Now, after this, sometimes some objections are very easy. Like as I said, centrifuge, 18 tube they wanted, sorry, 36 tube they wanted. They wanted fixed angle and swing head is not a problem. So you simply propose, madam, I would give you 2 centrifuge of 18 tube fixed angle. अगर एक में कुछ problem होता है, दूसरा तो चलेगा sir. Rather than 1 single centrifuge of 36 tube, better to go for 2 tubes. Yes, little extra footprint, extra space will be taken. But believe me, sir, our centrifuge is a medium-sized centrifuge. It will not take much space in your lab, and it is fantastic. No vibration. You'll enjoy doing it, sir. So once you convince that answer, the customer will go for 2 centrifuge, preferably than 1 centrifuge. It happens so many cases. I think few days back, Jagadish was handling such situation. I found that they were planning for 2 centrifuge after that. So there is a lot of examples, and in your life, you have a lot of classical examples for this. And sometimes it is hard. Hard means your product does not offer that feature at all. They wanted autoclavable micropipette. Now, you know your micropipette is not autoclavable. These are semi-autoclavable or non-autoclavable. So you cannot do, your helpless. You have to say mine one is semi-autoclavable or non-autoclavable. It is not fully autoclavable. You have to tell the right feature. You cannot, do something, right? So this is the way you should generally answer the objections, right? Now, step 4, restating the benefit again. So first I have said clarification, then classification of the objection, which type of problem, stall or postpone, hard objection, easy objection, and hidden objection. These 4 types I said. Then start. Once you clarify all the points, restate the benefits once again. What is the restating of benefits? Restating of benefit means nothing but, you completely restate what is the ultimate package, ultimate offers, ultimate features, all of you are giving. And then you restate and move towards the closing. Okay. Now, while you are closing, each time, once you answer the objection, make sure that prospect has accepted your answer, then restate your benefits in the key features, whatever you are offering. Do not afraid of repetition. जैसे कि मैं भी अभी आपको बोल रहा हूं ना, मैं भी बहुत सारे रिपीट कर रहा हूं, एक ही बात मैं शायद 5 बार बोल चुका हूं, but I'm not scared about repetition. I'm not bothered about it because I wanted the things to go into your mind. I wanted to eat your mind in that fashion. As a salesman, you have to do the same thing. Restating the benefits several times, sometimes, goes in prospect's mind deeply. उनकी मन पे चला जाते हैं. And merit of the your product will go into his mind a lot. So that time, once it happens, sometime the price negotiation, I would like to give you one point, follow some 3V method, because price negotiation is a very complicated one in the objection, right? So what to do? Now, say for example, you should give the value of your product. Now, there is a 3V method. I'm a little bit hurrying up, but the main part is over. Now, just I give a small trick to you. 3V method for price negotiation. Now, some cases are there where, you should explain the value of your product, as I said, once during the promotion. If you do not do the promotion properly, you cannot do the right valuation of the product. Say, for example, you are promoting your 3-part hematology analyzer, as I was saying. Your 3-part hematology analyzer has a seed flow technology, has a bubble elimination technology. How many companies are having it? So how many companies are having the great quality of non-vacuum tube like Acuvate and Invac in the market? Consistently, your non-vacuum tube, though the price is little higher than many of the companies in the market, are market leader. How many companies can offer the same quality and features and warranty like Autolab Versa and Autolab Accord, what you are offering? Maybe your price is little high. How many companies can offer urine analyzer at the price point what you are offering today? Right? Not much. Correct? So, like, these are the values what you have to show to your customer. While you're promoting, these values are very crucial, very important. You have to show it. You have to always show your customers and you show it. Number 2, you have to show volume sometime. If your products are not good, why so many buyers are buying it? अगर आपकी प्रोडक्ट अच्छा नहीं होता था तो इतना लोग नहीं खरीदते थे ना आपकी नॉन वैक्यूम ट्यूब. आज भी लोग खरीद रहा है, राइट? बढ़िया तरीके से खरीद रहा है. Why they are investing more money and your instrument and your product? Because your product and services are good. That's why. So be a little proud about it. Huh? Don't be frustrated. So ये कस्टमर को एक्सप्लेन करना आपका काम है. And if it is not worth, then why they're buying it? Then point out this fact and it will reduce the effect of price objection. So price negotiation में आपके लिए आसान होगा. Take a reference that this customer is using it. You have to understand your products are good. Your product cannot be dismissed lightly. You are not selling a degraded or a bad product. You are selling a good product. You should be proud first. If you are not proud, you will not get a right price from your customer. And third is variety. Then you have to explain to your customer, if they are associated with you, they can get non-vacuum tube, they can get electrolyte analyzer, they can get semi-auto, they can get fully auto, they can get blood glucose monitor, injection plasters, urine analyzers, centrifuge, micropipettes, everything. So what a broad variety of profile you are offering as a salesman. So having a great relation with you ultimately it is a benefit for the customer financially as well. That you have to explain to your users. Okay. So once you do all those things, automatically your pricing positioning will become much better. Okay. So this is the last slide of my presentation. I'll not take much of your time, but as a whole, today we discussed the objection handling. In objection handling, I have given you a background. I have given you the 4 steps of objection handling. It is first clarifying and understanding the problem or objection. Then number 2 was, after clarifying, classifying it, that what type of problem it is. I have shown you 4 types of problems. One is stall or postpone, hidden. Number 3rd is easy objection. Number 4th is hard objection. I've shown you how to answer all those. There is a way to answer all these type of objections so that you can answer it, and then going forward and restating the benefits of your products. And at last, I have shown you 3V method of price handling. Show the value for your product, show the volume for your product, show the variety of your service. Okay, right, Amit, Chandrakesh, Raju, Mukeshji, everything I able to explain you, right? So this is the summary of the full thing today. Thank you so much. And I'll open up